Hello everyone, I am just getting my um, iPad set up and we will get started on our meeting. Well, not really a meeting, but a get together, I would say, for our um, technique, which is actually going to be a fun fold tonight. I am going to do a pocket card and I am going to use the new set that's going to be coming out with Stampin' Up. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Ohio who does videos, technique, or fun fold cards every week on my Facebook page, Stamp Crazy VIP, and you are welcome to go over there. I do PDFs over there for you to be able to get and print off and do your cards. I am looking, if you see me looking around, I had a paper with all my stuff on it. Right here it is. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to bring you, it's called Butterfly Bouquet. It's going to be available to customers March 2nd to May 3rd. Demonstrators could order it this month. We could get it so that we could play with it, make samples, and be able to show it so you guys could see what it is like. So I am going to bring that to you. I'm first going to show you all the products for that because that's what I'm going to be using tonight. And then we're going to be making a fun fold card, which is called a pocket card. Shouldn't take long, but I'm going to show you a couple things with that also. So I am going to get ready. I'm going to flip my phone around so that you can see my table, so you'll be able to see all of the stuff that I'm going to show you. And I hope you enjoy it because I really like it, even though it's butterflies, and there's a million butterflies out there, I know. But this one, especially the dies, are really unique to the stamp set, and I think you're going to really like it. So let me turn this around, and if you don't mind just sharing my video, to hit the share button, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. That really helps my ratings into YouTube. And I'm getting up there, though. I got 82 followers, which is really good since this is all really new to me, even though I've been doing it almost 10 months now. So because of the pandemic and that, so we're getting up there. My YouTube live videos do really well on the Tuesday mornings, but I always try to bring it to you on YouTube also without all of the talking that I do with the people that's commenting in my Facebook Live. I redo the video so you don't have to see all that or, you know, sit through all that. Let's say that, okay? So here, let me turn you around real quick, and I'm sorry if it makes you sick, but I'm going to be moving my camera. And you can look at my ceiling real quick while I do this, and then I'll turn you around. There you go. So here are the cards. This is called Butterfly Bouquet. The card we're actually going to be making tonight is one of these pocket cards where you just open it. It has a little pocket, and there's your card inside. You can make a little note card. You can do it as a card. Put a sentiment on it like I did. Decorate it. This is all using product. This is the only one that is stamped. These are all pre-stamped butterflies. I'm going to show you what that's all about. But let's move these over and let me show you what this butterfly bouquet, what all of that entails. Okay, so let's set that to the side. First off, I'm going to show you the stamp set. It's called Butterfly Brilliance, and this is one stamp, one big stamp. If you see it like in this, you can, my stamp, I kind of boogered up, so you just don't pay attention to that, but it works. But it's one stamp like this. I use the Stamparatus for it because it's easier to stamp, and I will show you. I've got a bag full of the images here, and you can see that they stamp really, really nice, okay? With this also comes a die set, and the die set is just called Brilliant Wings. So here is the die that I really love because it actually fits. When you stamp this whole thing, you get to cut all of your butterflies out at once. Really, really neat die, and I'm going to show you something with that later. I'm going to leave that one out. Then we also have all these butterflies that I showed that you cut out. You can also use these and make them more intricate. It'll cut out all of the little lines and stuff like that. It'll make a really intricate butterfly. And then you have these. This is like an embossed piece. These are bricks. You can do some detail on your page with some texturing. And here's two small butterflies. There's one of the butterflies that just didn't fit over here. So anyway, those are the butterfly dies. Great, great set. Let's just set that to the side. We're done with it for right now. Then I'm going to show you, there's a paper in here. And it is called Natural Touch Specialty Paper. It looks like birch wood. Really pretty. It's nice and real soft. Looks like it has texture, but it's really a soft paper. It's really thin. It's thinner than our DSP, and when you turn it over, it has a texture to it, but I don't know that you can see it on camera, but it's got a nice little textured look to it. So this is a paper that comes with it, and it's $5 for 2 sheets. Comes like this. Okay, now the best thing I like about this paper is the DSP, and it's called Butterfly Bijou. B-I-J-O-U. I guess I'm saying that right. I don't know. But let me show you the pages. This is what I love, and let me show you what I love about this. This die that I showed you, that I said is really, really neat, fits these butterflies to cut out. So you can cut out this whole section of butterfly and have these 2 strips, because you can always use them on the insides of your cards and stuff. You know, they'll turn over, and that one is actually right here on this, is that strip right there. So it is just really, really cool how you can use all of your strips of paper. So there's no waste on here. So let me show you what the back sides look like. So this is one of the backgrounds. This is probably my favorite background. I just love it. I love all the colors in it. Then we have these little butterflies with this green background, shades of greens. These butterflies in different colors. And it has a Calypso Coral and So Saffron background. Then we have these, look like little monarch butterflies with a Calypso Coral background, which I really like too. I'm sorry, my phone rang. I forgot to turn that off. We have the little butterflies, and well, there's more here than I thought. The little butterflies, and they have a pink background. It's kind of like a Magenta Madness with a little Calypso Coral in there. This is a Bermuda Bay background with these flowers, these butterflies right here, which I really like that too. So anyway, there's your pages. You get 8 sheets of each of the 6 designs. So you get 8 sheets actually, and there's 12 designs, which is a lot. It's a lot more to do. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen these little containers here. And it's what I store my it's what I store my 6x6s in, because right here I can have my papers, and then this little folder holds my scraps. Whoops, hit the camera. Sorry about that. Okay, now that is all of the product that you get. And I will go ahead and let you know the prices of those. The Butterfly Brilliance, just the stamp set alone, is $17. The dies by themselves is $44. You can buy it as a bundle for $54.75. And this set will also carry over into our new annual catalog. Okay. The 6x6 paper is $11.50, and the Natural Touch specialty paper is $5. You can buy it as a whole suite. It's called the Butterfly Brilliance Collection, and it's $71.25. So that is all of the pricing on this, and like I said, you will be able to order it on March 2nd, which isn't that far away. So let's get started on our card, and I'm going to lay one up here. I'm not using the exact same paper tonight. I'm going to use a little bit different. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fold my card. The card is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 2.5, and you want to crease that really good, and at 6.5. So you have 2.5 and 6.5. And it makes your 2 folds, okay? So you have those, and you, like I said, you want to score those really tight. Then you're going to bring on the small flap, you're going to open it up, and you're going to take some glue. I'm going to get my fullest glue. Neither one of them feel real full. I use a lot of glue. And you're going to just put glue on these edges. And close that shut, and that's going to make your pocket, okay? And we did that so we can leave that before we put our pocket in it. We want that to get really, really set up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my butterfly paper, which is this on this side, and then the coral and yellow on the other. I am going to, this is 5.25 by 2.25, and I am just going to glue that down on my front top flap. Okay, then we're going to open it up, and I'm going to use the other side of the paper, and I'm going to put that on my bottom, which is going to be my pocket. So it's going to be the outside layer on my pocket. Okay, so there we go. And we have that done. Now I'm going to show you about cutting these butterflies and a little trick that I do. So I'm going to have to move this out of the way to bring my cut and boss machine up. So here, let me move this piece for a minute because we don't need that. Before I bring that though, here, let me put my die right here. And because it's a big die, I like to line it up and make sure I've really got that pretty well even. And I'm going to take a piece of one of my old washi tapes, see if I can find my end, which is not always easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up right here and stick a piece of washi tape there. And I'm going to make sure, because I can still move my bottom, and make sure I get these in line at the bottom. And I lost my end again. Okay. So I'm going to take a small piece here, and I'm going to put it between these two butterflies here. And the reason why I'm doing that to the insides here and here, I don't want to put tape over here because I want to cut those sides off and use them later. So I'm just now, this is free enough, I can move it over. It's going to be fine. I will bring in my Stampin' Cut emboss machine. And let's layer these up. So we're going to have my bottom piece, which is my number 1. I'm going to have my number 2, and then I'm going to have my number 3 with my paper on there. And then I'm going to take another number 3 and I'm going to lay that on top. And then I'm going to send all that through my machine. It will shake my table a little bit, and I'm sorry about that. And I try to hold it and go real slow so that you don't have to see it shake really bad. Okay, I'm going to move this for just a second while I take these butterflies out. So what I'm going to do is, there's my butterflies. I will take my, and then I have these 2 edges I'm going to cut out later, these strips, and I'm going to save them to use on other cards. Okay, so let's throw my tape away. We don't need it anymore. That's all it does, is wreak havoc to me. And I'm going to lay this to the side. And there's all of my really pretty butterflies done for tonight. And the butterfly I'm going to use tonight is going to be this one right here. But I want to show you something that you can do with these butterflies with these other dies. And here is the die right here, I think. And see how this die will just match up on that butterfly? Matches perfect. What I want to do though is I want to dry emboss this. And I don't know if any of you have ever done that before, but I'm going to bring my Stampin' Cut emboss machine back in, and I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So I have a butterfly here that I did it to, but first, before I do that, I want to show you something. Can you see how that's embossed? Here it is plain, and I'm holding it up so you can see it. This one's the plain one, and then this one I embossed. Can you see the difference? It gives it a 3D look. Now let me tell you what I do to these butterflies before I use them. I go ahead and I take a white sheet of cardstock, and I cut out the butterflies with that big butterfly thing, cuts them all out at one time. And I should have a match over here because I have a lot of them cut. So let's find the one I need, which I think is right here. Yes. And see how that matches? What I'm going to do with that is I am going to glue those together. Makes these butterflies a little more sturdy when you want them to stand up for 3D. Look, so here we go. We are going to take this, and I'm not going to put a ton of glue on there because it doesn't really need it. Isn't that butterfly pretty though, out of the back side of that paper? It's like a tie-dyed butterfly. I think he's really pretty. So we are going to glue that down onto my piece of white. And he just matches up perfect. So there we go. Let him dry just for a second while I get my embossing machine back out. And I will go ahead and stick my butterfly down just so I don't lose it. I'm notorious for losing things. Okay, we're going to bring this back in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the flat sheet, the number 1. I'm going to use a number 3. And then I'm going to use this embossing mat that you can get, and it's just kind of like a rubber mat. And I'm going to put that down. I needed my butterfly again, and I put it away. How crazy. Then I'm going to put my butterfly together with the die, and I'm going to lay it right on top of my embossing mat. Then I'm going to use my other number 3 plate, and I'm going to stand up for this because I want to hold on to it. I want to make sure I keep it straight. Okay, till it gets in my machine. Then I'm going to run that through. Okay. Sounded like it was cutting, didn't it? Let's hope not. Let's hope we did it right. Okay, let me get all this out of the way so I can show you what we did with this butterfly. Can you see him? And there, look at the back side. You can see on the back side how it embossed it. And he has a 3D kind of look to him. And we're going to use him on our card right now. And I've lost my circle that I had. Where'd it go? Did I drop it? Let me make sure I didn't pick it up with all my piles of papers over here. Or with my butterflies. We may be cutting another circle real quick. Even made sure it was over here. It's not under anything. Okay, let's get a piece of white cardstock real quick and cut another circle. I have no idea where it went. How'd that happen? It's called live video. And things happen when you do live videos. I don't see it. I'm going to get a piece of white paper, guys. Just hold on real quick. I used the stitched framelits for this. So let me bring that in and just cut one out real quick. I do not know what happened to it. Here it is, never mind. Let me make sure it didn't get so dirty that, oh, we can use it. It's fine. We won't have to cut it out anyway. It stuck to my plates when I had them up here. That's okay. Okay, what we are going to do with this butterfly, I'm just going to, where his body is, I'm going to take my glue and just run that up the center there. I think I need to get a new bottle of glue out. And we are just going to center that right there. And in a minute, once it dries, I will pop his wings up. I turned my light on a little brighter. Okay, now what we are going to do, while we wait for that, I'm going to take my card, which is 4.5 by 3 1/4, and I have a strip left over from my, when I cut out my 2 pieces of TSP there, and I am just going to run a little bit of glue down the center of that, and I'm going to add it to the side of my card. And while we are letting all this dry for a second, what I did is I used the mini messages for my messages on the front, which is right here, which is one big stamp in itself with this die that cuts out all the sentiments at one time. So I cut some out in white, the basic white cardstock with Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to pick a saying out of here to put on my card. And I am going to put, let's see. See what I can put on there that I might like to use. There's so many great sayings, and I don't want to put happy birthday on the front. So here's what I'm going to use. Well, I can't find the one I used earlier, and I really liked it. I had a couple of them, so I know it's in here. Let's look. If not, we're going to use this one and make a birthday card. Okay, I'm sure you like to see me fumble through all these. I cut out tons of them, and then I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Okay. We are going to use wishing you a year of magical moments and wonderful memories. I like that with a happy birthday. So what we're going to do now is let's take our butterfly piece and we are going to glue it on here so that it hangs over to the bottom flap. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. If you can see this, I better move it up here in camera. There we go. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and I'm going to put it over here at this corner. And then I'm going to add my sentiment right here to the bottom. Okay? I was going to make a thank you card, but with this sentiment on the front, I'm going to make it a birthday card. Whichever I can use lots of, so I'm not worried about that. And I'm going to pull his wings up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end of my tool here and I'm just going to kind of bend those out to give them some flair. Just kind of roll them. I'm not really rolling them, I'm just kind of pressing them down. And there we go. So there's our butterfly. Of course, when you mail it, it'll be flat. I'm going to take my happy birthday stamp. I had a thank you stamp on my block, but I decided to use happy birthday, so I have to put it at a slant. And we're going to stamp that in Misty Moonlight ink, and we're going to stamp it on the front of our card, or of our little note thing for the inside. So let me just ink that. I like to make sure I have a lot of ink on it. Then I'm going to take it let that ink soak into that cardstock, and there it says happy birthday. We'll clean that in a few minutes and put it away. And that is out of the Sweet Ice Cream set. I love these fonts. So I used that for the inside. Now let's just take this and put this into our pocket. Everything should be dry by now, or dry enough to set that in there anyway. Just put it in straight, and then we're going to do one last thing. I'm going to take my pearl or my gems, because I like to use those a lot, and I'm going to use my dark Misty Moonlight Stampin' Blend, and I am just going to color me 3 pearls. And I'm just going to color them around. I love to color the gems. And what I'm going to do is I just want to fan those a little bit and let them dry. Just get them to dry just a little bit. That alcohol ink on there dries pretty quick. So now we're going to put them on our card. So I'm going to pick it up with my pick tool. Put one over in the corner there. I think I'll put this one up here in this corner. And I think I will put this one right down here. Oh, that came off of its little dot. And there's the card. So it says, wishing you a year of magical moments and wonderful memories. Happy birthday. And there's our butterfly that we just did out of the DSP paper and added it to our card. Very simple card to make. You can do it with coloring, like I colored this butterfly, which you would get the whole set so you could color them. I also put Wink of Stella all over this butterfly because I just thought it would make it really pretty to shine with these gold enamel glitter dots. And then I added a glittered with Wink of Stella butterfly on the inside. So that's that card. Here is the one made with the new embossing folder. I forget the name of it. The butterflies that are already stamped. This is out of many messages. I used it black with white ink. And then another butterfly inside. And then these other cards, this one says happy birthday right here on the circle because I used a smaller butterfly. With happy birthday sweet friend on the inside. This one says just wanted to say thank you. And now this one is the happy birthday one we made. So you can make those doing all kinds of stuff. Like I said, you can go over to my Facebook group page, Stamp Crazy VIP, and pick up the PDF if you would like. Everything's on there on how to make it, the measurements, or you can just replay this video back and be able to cut one out. So like I said, this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 2.5 and 6.5. Your DSP is 5.25 by 2.25 and 5.25 by 1 3/4. And then this is just a small piece extra that I put on there. You can cut that any size you want. I used the next to the largest stitched circle die for my circle. You can use the butterfly paper, you can use butterflies, you can use anything you've got, any kind of DSP, anything that you have. I just added pearls. I colored them to the color that I would like them to be. Or not pearls, but the gems, and put on there. This piece of paper is 4.5 by 3.25. I don't know if I just said that again, that you needed to know. And that's really all you need to know about this card. Super, super simple. So even though I had little things going on in my video, as long as losing things and thinking I lost stuff and didn't, we got through it. It's okay. It's called being live on here. So anyway, and all my butterflies that I have extra ones, my white ones and my cutout ones that I've done, I'll be putting those in an envelope, in a baggie to keep for future use, and that way I'll have everything cut and ready to go. And it'll make it easy on making cards. So there you go, everyone, and I hope you have a nice and safe rest of your week, and we will be talking to you soon. Bye.